Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Doing Math with Audrey. I'm your host, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. I usually come on in the evenings, but for some reason I'm sitting here trying to get myself a new project situated. And I just realized that a lot of people are about 1 month away from taking the PSATs. And I know for sure there's a lot of people that are like, girl, I am not thinking about PSATs. I just completed 1 week of school. I'm exhausted. But guess what? It's going to come regardless, yes or no. And especially if you're going to be an 11th grader. So if you know someone that is going into the 11th grade or is currently, right now, I should say, is in the 11th grade and will be taking the PSATs, this is the live for you. So as you guys are coming on, but definitely, I will be recording this and I will be putting this on my YT. So if you can't stick around, I understand it's a Saturday, but this is basically a free SAT quick little prep to get you guys ready for it. So if you go here and you type in this, or you can just type in my name, you'll actually see a listing that will say my TikTok lives. And I've recorded like all my TikTok lives since February the 2nd. So that's when I started taking TikTok a little seriously. So if you can't hang on, but you really want to get the prep, this is exactly where you would go later on. So if you can, while you're there, hit these 5 things, I would greatly appreciate it. But what I'm going to do for right now, and I'm hoping for just for 1 hour, I am going to break down as many as like hopefully 27 different problems that is going to be all PSAT, ACT related. Just to kind of give you that refresher, get you up, get you moving, get you thinking about what is actually happening. So if you're here, go ahead and tap along so I know you're existing. If not, I'm still going to keep doing this and I'm going to post it as many places I can possible. That's what we're going to do. All right. Thank you for people that are tapping. Hey, Snacks. How are you? All right. So first thing, let me do. When you do your SAT or your PSATs, because we know that SAT is digital now, so we actually don't have to worry about so much on paper base. But when it comes to the whole PSAT, if they do give you a paper version, it can be very overwhelming. So one of the things that I would say is take your scrap paper, maybe divide it in half so you have like a smaller piece, and then you only want to cover up what you're trying to solve because it doesn't overwhelm your brain when it gets to that. So as we're doing this, we're just going to take it one by one, step by step, and then I'll show you a couple tips and tricks as we go along for the ride. All right. Hey, Fish and Pill, how are you? Yeah, I'm a little early today, but don't worry. I will be coming on tonight at 7 p.m. I was just prepping things for a new venture, I guess I'm going to take on. And I was like, why don't I just go live on TikTok with this and just roll with it? But don't worry, I will be on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't fret, okay? So the first thing it's asking, what is the positive solution to the given equation? And if we notice the equation is the absolute value of x plus 45 equals 48. So we want to know what number plus 45 will give me a whole number of 48. Okay, so I hate Pogs is saying A. Okay, Nicole, I don't know if I hate math or if I like it. That's all right. Oh, I'll make you like it. Now, I try to have fun with it. So especially I show you little things. All right, so DMG is saying A. Harriet Tubman, girl, where have you been? Is saying A. Elizabeth Torres is saying C. Clownface is saying A. Nate, hey, Nate Squared is saying 3. We have, I want to say Latan is saying A. Nicole, cracking up, I know. Elizabeth saying A. Nate Squares doing the follow. Thank you. Trisha is saying A. Okay, Ramona, hello, welcome back. You're saying A. Amber saying A. AK 3. Brown girl Bruce saying A. Good job, guys. Because what we know about absolute values are always positive. So if I plug in the 3 for that X, I will get the absolute value of 48. And absolute value of 48 does give me 48. So awesome sauce with that. Okay, so now what we have for number 2. Okay, Alyssa, you might want to get yourself together, girl, because I do not deal with rudeness. That's the one thing you'll definitely understand. I'm here to help, not to hurt, but I will block you. All right, sweet tits, good job. All right, so we have number 2. The solution to the given system of equations is xy. What is the value of y? Okay, so Nicole is saying 1. We have C is saying A. Okay, Sweetheart is saying A. Harriet is saying 1. Okay, right? All we're doing, yes, we're saying C. Amon is saying C. Number 2 is saying A. Shay saying A. Ray saying A. DMG saying A. Is it Aru? Is saying A. Aru? Okay, but Ramona saying A. Yes, nice and simple. They're already telling us what our X value is. We plug that 4 in for the X. 5 minus 4, that will give us our 1. Boom, there is our answer of 1. Now, okay, make sure we're taking a look. So, was that Millie talk? Make sure we're plugging in because they already told us what the X is. Okay. So number 3, a mixture consisting of only vitamin D and calcium has a total mass of 150 grams. The mass of vitamin D in the mixture is 50 grams. What is the mass of grams of calcium in the mixture? Is it A, is it B, is it C, or is it D? What do you think? Okay, hey Adam. Ooh. We got a whole slew of C's. All right. Well, Adam, I'm glad that you're good, bro. But I love how you stayed just say that. I know. You just wanted to be pamphleteering. I love it. Okay, we got all these C's. Love the C's. Taz saying 100. We got all these C's. Yes. It is a simple thing. If the total mass is 150 and then part of the mixture is 50, all you have to do is subtract. You got your 150 minus your 50. That's how you got your 100. Okay. AI at work. Ooh, you making me famous. If you think I'm AI. You guys are funny. Early Saturday morning. All right. Now, so we got a contract for a certain service requires a one-time activation cost of $35 and a monthly cost of $23. They want to know which is the equation. What is my answer? Okay. All I did was just look it up on the internet. Yep. Okay. So Ray saying C, lonely. Thank you for the follow. Tally saying C, C and say C. CC. Okay, I hate pogs. Oh, saying C. Slim saying C. Go ahead. Okay, Carla saying C. Let's do it for someone to learn. Okay. All right. So now, here's the thing. Anytime they say equation, okay, anytime they say equation, it is that y equals mx plus b. And the funny part is that is exactly what I'm going to be teaching tonight at 7 p.m. Okay, I'm going to be talking about slope and all those concept things. Now, if they're saying there's a one-time activation fee, that one-time activation fee, that is your y-intercept. That's your B. So right away, option B and option D is gone. Okay, those two are gone because my one-time fee is going to be the $35. Now they're saying there's a monthly cost of $23. So now let's take a look at our monthly cost, aka our slope. So this is saying that I'm going to be doing the division of the months. This one, I'm saying I'm taking the 23 and I'm multiplying for how many months. So that's why, yes, Carla, good job. That's why it's going to be C. Okay. That's why it's going to be C. So this whole problem right here was basically the equation of a line. Y equals mx plus b. So if you want us to go a little deeper with this, I'm more than willing to do it, but I'm actually doing this tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you've got plans, because I understand, usually this is what happens. All of my recordings will be here on my YT. So if you go to my YT and you type in ACG Math Tutoring, okay, you will see all of my recordings from like February 2nd. I touch on all the basic algebra courses, things that helps you with GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, your TEAS test, also your IBEW. If you're thinking about anything that has to deal with Algebra 1, Algebra 2, college algebra, this is the channel for you. All right? Okay. I do not teach language arts. I am so sorry. I'm like, you will surely fail if you want me to tutor you on that. All right. So now, let's hit with number 5. Okay. Thanks for the follow. What is the channel one more time? Sure. Okay. So ACG Math Tutoring. Okay, you can either check it that way, or you can just type in my name, which you'll see in the profile. Okay. All right. So let's take a gander. So now we can focus on this. The function f is defined by f of x equals 3x minus 8. What is the value of f of 7? Okay, cool. Hey, Kaya. What is going on? I know. Don't worry, Kaya. I will be back on tonight. I will be back on tonight at 7 p.m. I just had a thought and I said, you know what? Let me put this so it can get recorded and everything can get done. All right. So you're saying B. Okay. Interesting name. I'm saying B. Are you the fly or are you the shit? Oh, are you the shit? Is that your name? Oh, that'd be cool. I like it. If it is, but if it isn't, I'm sorry. All right, so Hey Pogs is B. Okay, Boss Lady, thanks for the follow. Renee saying it's B. Stepdaddy Ford. Oh, hey, Stepdaddy. You're saying B. Remy saying B. K-Matt saying -5. Okay. All right, so the answer is Abba. Oh, just like your name. Go ahead, babe. On the flash. All right, I got you. Okay, yes, Stepdaddy Ford, that's what we got. Ramona saying B, Ugg saying 13, Antoinette saying B, Slim B, BC, all the above. Nah, baby, come on. All right, so we have some with the B's, some with the 13, some with the -5. Let's take a look. If you notice, the 7 for the f of 7, it's in the same slot as where the f of x is. So this is saying that anytime I see an x in this expression right here, I'm going to put a 7. So it will be 3 times 7 minus 8. Now, we have to do the order of operation, okay? So that means we are multiplying the 7 and the 3 together. We are not, okay, going to be doing any kind of subtraction with the 7 and the 8. So when we do the 3 times 7, that gives me 21. And then 21 minus that 8, that will give you your B of 13. Not A, because we're subtracting. Okay? So 21, we got our 1. Make that 11. That makes it a 3. Okay? Yup. Exactly what you said, Hope. We're going to multiply and then subtract. Good job. All right. Questions on this? I know that PEMDAS. I'm telling you, if you don't have certain order, you're going to be wearing your drawers outside your clothes and you don't know what to do. That was the 90s. We done with that now. We know better now. Trust me, we had Madonna. It was a hot mess for some people. Okay? All right? I try to make it easy, right? Wear them outside. Yep. Outside, in the rain, in the club, be all kinds of craziness. Just look up the 90s stuff. All right. So we got rid of that page. So let's look at the next page. Zooming on in. So let's see if we can get some more of these taps so we can get more people in here so I can get you guys all ready for this. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry, Jan. I know, sometimes they are. It's easier. Yep, some of these are the easier math problems. Because remember, with the SATs and the PSATs, there is a slight range. But because they're also taking into account that with the SATs, it takes you all the way up to Algebra 2. So there's going to be a lot of people that haven't even got fully into Algebra 2 yet. So that's why they have like the PSATs to kind of go up to and including a certain spot. All right. So, okay. To help your nephews, not a problem. No, this is not GED. This is this is PSAT. Okay. Because that test is actually coming up in the next month. But if you're my usual people, I will be on again tonight at 7 p.m. Especially, we're going to be working a little bit with the equation of the line. Okay. So don't worry. I'll still be here. All right, so now we're working on terminology. The y-intercept of the graph shown. What is the value of y? So the y-intercept, that's when your x value is equal to 0. So when you go to your graph, here's my x. This is when x is equal to 0. And now I'm coming all the way up to see where this lovely little curve hits the y-axis. Y-axis goes up and down, hence you see the little y. X-axis go left to right, hence the little x. So it's crossing right here at 40. Okay. Okay. All right. It's okay. You're here. We're good. We got the usual piece. Hey, Jonah, how are you? All right, so that's basically what we're doing. So remember, we had an SAT. The next SAT is coming up Saturday, September the 13th. So some schools are going to be doing some prepping for it. Some schools aren't. But I think a lot of people are going to start prepping for their PSATs either the end of September or beginning of October. Because that's usually the window when people do PSATs. Okay? All right, so there's like 336 of us in here. Right now we're at 6.5. Can we get it up to 10? Can we get it up to 10 for like the next one? I will greatly appreciate it. A really quick mad tap. Yes, I'm here to give the knowledge. I know some of us just went to school this week and it's been like all kinds of crazy. Oh, nice. Good job, Justin. There you go. Okay, 570. All right. Almost had a perfect score. Okay, love it. Okay, start geometry this year, barely passed Algebra 1. Hey, you never know, because if you had a little rough season with Algebra 1, you might be a geometry brain, because some people usually do very well with geometry and not so well with algebra and vice versa. So there is hope, okay? There is hope. And some of these concepts, as you guys are usually seeing me in the PM, some of these concepts can be on the GED, can be on the ASVAB. I'll even pick out which ones it will be, because I know the next one will definitely be on GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, all of those. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, my babies. I appreciate that. All right, number 7. So we have 8x minus 7x plus 130 equals 260. Okay, what value of x is the solution? AKA, what is x? Okay, which one? Which one? Which one? All right. So I got a 98, no, an 89. Okay. All right. So JT 130. Let's go with this. Yusef, how are you? 130. Slim, you got 130 for this? Okay. All right. 130 for my black dot. Going to get started. That's okay. You're saying the D. C is saying 130. Justin 130. Sandra saying 2. Okay, let's take with a question mark. Deb is saying 130, KLZ 130, Bree 130, my purple heart 130, and you did it off the dome. Look at you. Okay, how do you do this? And I'm going to break this down in a second. Kyra is saying 130, Brian 130, then my computer just went crazy. Okay, Carl 130, D. Scott 130, Yusef 130. Kyle, wait, how do we know I feel dumb? Don't feel dumb. Don't feel dumb. We're not doing that. Okay. All right. So let's take a look. Yes. So we are going to be combining our like terms. So look right here. We got our x's. 8x minus 7x. So if I had $8 and I spent $7, that means I got $1 left. Ooh, you were rich. Now we're going to bring down our plus 130, and we're going to equal 260. The reason why you were able to combine those x's because they're on the same side of the equal sign. The only time is when you say, oh, I got to do this on one side and that on the other side, is when there are opposite sides of the equal sign. Okay, so since they're on the same side, you can combine them. But now we have this positive 130, and I need for this 130 to be over here because our goal is to keep our x on one side. Use a relationship. He's your ex, girl. Move on. Do the opposite of what you've been doing in the relationship so you can move on to the other side. Life lesson. Okay? So your ex can be by himself over here wondering what happened. And then you and your boo is working things out, which is going to be a 130. Okay. All right. So for those that were a little stuck, is that clearer now? I love how I put in relationships. Okay. Right now, this is a combination of Algebra 1 right now that we're looking at, just solving multi-step equations. The one that we saw before, the graph is like basically like Algebra 2, but the concept is really Algebra 1 because we all should know what a y-intercept is once we go through algebra. Okay? All right. So now we got a word problem here. And this is what everybody gets so sprung out on. Now, let's not go crazy with the reading. Pause. Anytime you get a word problem, boom, go straight to, let me highlight it. Go straight to the question. It says, what is the minimum number of additional samples the geologist needs to collect? Okay, so what we got? This one needs to collect at least 67 samples. He's already collected 63 samples. How many samples do you think this man needs or this person needs? Okay, so I'm seeing a 6 and 7. I'm seeing a C. Okay. Kai's saying C. Wild Child saying 4. That would be them C. I'm seeing a lot of things. C. People from the past. C. C's and C's and C's and C's. You are correct. C and 4. You notice how quickly you did that? Usually most of the questions on SAT, ACT, they will give you roughly a minute and 12 seconds per question. So because you're able to get this question so quickly, now you can use that extra time for the later questions. Because what they do is they try to keep it relatively easy. And you're like, okay, that feels good. All right, I can answer this. This is an easy ass test. And then all of a sudden towards the end, you're like, what is this? That's what they naturally do. So then you could take all that extra time that you didn't use for the earlier exams to apply it to this one. Okay? All right. Yes, please keep on tapping and keep on moving. Because people, the way that you take these standardized tests is completely different for how you take the test in a normal classroom setting. All right. When you do in a normal classroom setting, they want you to work out the problem and do all the answers and show your work. Because if you screw up somewhere, we can actually try to get you some points based off of your work. Now, any kind of standardized test, GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, they don't care. They're like, did you pick A, B, C, or D? Which one did you do? All right. And then you just go with it. So that's why you should always, I like to say, use process of elimination. Let's try it for this one. Okay. Right. It's just different levels. That's it, devious dude. That's all it is. Just different levels. And then you just try to break it down step by step. Okay. Is that food? Oh, is that good? I was like, you got an accommodation? Yes. Now, if you have an accommodation, Justin, make sure before you take the SAT, you contact them, or your guidance can't speak, or your guidance counselor contacts SAT or ETS for you, because to make sure that you do get that accommodation. If you're at a private or a parochial school, Catholic schools, you have to do that. Your counselor has to do that. If not, you will not get the accommodation. Okay, I have to emphasize that. The accommodation comes naturally for public schools, but for private and Catholic schools, you have to make sure your counselor turns that paperwork in. I want to say a few weeks before the actual test. Okay, all right, just gotta emphasize that. Now, here we go. Right into the question. So, what is the probability of selecting a gemstone of color Y? Notice I had to do anything else. Once I get to that question, I'm looking at color Y. Boom, here's color Y right here. I want to know how many total there is. Guess what? Boom, each of the 157 gemstone. So my answer choice is, and let me scroll back because, hey Mia, you are not late. I came on, just coming on. Let's see. Okay. All right. So C was telling me A. Kai's telling me A. Even Algebra 2, struggle math. Yep. So it's our probabilities. Okay. Saying A. JT saying A. Ramona saying A. Is it D'Amelia? If I'm screwing up your name, please break it down for me because I really want to make sure I get it right. Slim is saying A. My person from overseas is saying A. Yes. Okay, Fern is saying A. My purple heart saying A. That one. Yes. Ingrid saying A. Can you do a harder question? These are it. Right. You see how wonderful this is? Okay, so everyone's giving me my A's and as well a whole sea of A's. Good. All right. So as long as you understand the basis of it, that's the whole remnants of this. Okay. How's it A? Well, if we have a total number, anytime we're doing probability, it is our part over our whole. So the part that we're looking for is color Y. Color Y from the table, there was 3 of them. The whole thing is the total number, which was 157. That's all they wanted. Anytime they talk about probability, nope, wasn't a trick question. You guys just try to overthink. Stop it, okay? You start effing and you're struggling. That's all right. I'm here. I am here. So here's my thing. Step by step. All right. Keep on tapping as much as we can. I think we'll just do a stop and quick tap. Let's see if we can get it to 20K. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay. Not all the time, okay? Yeah. Because sometimes we get so much going on in our brains that we just totally just get overwhelmed. Just get so overwhelmed because we're like, no, it's too easy. It's got to be a trick. It's got to be a trick. There's got to be something wrong with this. No, this is it. Okay. Yeah, you like this? Good. A lot of people love you right now. Awesome. Good. Taking the GED math, these practice tests harder. Now, the practice test is very similar to the ones that I'm doing right now. I'm going to be truthful. Very similar. There might be some little tweaks here and there, but the ideas are very similar. Okay. All right. No, Gabe, if I do that, you're going to be like, oh, I want to be the first person to answer. And I'm like, dude, no one's giving out gold stars. It's okay. All right, so the shaded region represents the solutions to which inequalities? Ooh. How often do I go live? I usually just go live once a day, but I was doing this because I'm doing a whole program, and I'm going to talk about that later. And I was like, oh, I might as well see if I can do a sample of it. Just put it on here. See what happens. See if anyone comes on. Okay. Oops. Thank you. Let me slide this over a tad bit over here. Okay, is that a little better? Okay, I just had to move my camera over a little bit. Okay. All right, good. Yes, there you go. Not a problem. Thank you for asking nicely. I love that. I know we got some home training people up here. All right, so the guy Heck is saying A. PS ASAPs saying A. Is that Arona? Gabe is saying A. Zoom out a bit. Okay, not sure. Okay. Over 3, you're saying A. Okay, too much numbers. What grade do I help with? 7th grade all the way up to adults. So, didn't study irregularities. It's okay. Okay, we're saying A. I got salvation with a B. A couple follows. Yes. All right, so we're saying D. A for sure. Okay, Tyler's got A sure, 1A slim. I just did this for my GED practice. Look at that. See? I know, right? Keeps coming around. All right, Justin with A. Jason with a D. Yosha with C. Okay, we got some wows. Need this for the ASVAB? Yes. ASVAB, you're definitely going to be doing this. GED, this is a 4-point question. All right, so let's take a moment. 1. Look at your graph. I'm going to zoom in. I know people are like, oh my God, zoom out. No, I want to zoom in. I want you to see the graph for what it is. We have a solid line. So anytime you have a solid line, that means it's going to either be less than or equal to with the little line underneath, or greater than or equal to. Now, take a look at the shading. The shading, if this is the line that I drew, the shading is happening above that line. So if the shading is happening above that line, that means we're looking at greater than or equal to. Okay, so we're looking at greater than or equal to. So if I'm looking at my answer choices, I'm taking a look and I notice that all of them are greater than or equal to. But sometimes these kind of like slips up. Sometimes you might see a less than or equal to, then boom, you can eliminate that right off the dome. So that's 1. 2, look at where it's crossing the y-axis. It's crossing the y-axis at -6. That's your b value. Remember we were talking about b values with y equals mx plus b? So that means I can eliminate C and I can eliminate D because it's crossing right here at -6. All right. So I know it's number 1. Calm your heels where you loved as a child. All right. So then you take a look This one's saying -6. This one's saying +6. Your answer choice is going to be A. All right? Yes. So the last number is going to give you your y value. That's called your y-intercept. The number that's before your x, that 2/3, that's your slope, your rise over your run. Okay? All right. Yes. Hey, Lynette, how are you? Okay. I just had a moment and I was like, let me just come on. And then we're all having fun with this. We're having some people having an aneurysm, but then we have some people that are doing pretty good. All right. So, kind of going over PSAT type stuff. The 7th, that could really help. All right. Perfect. Queen of Peace. I love that. I explained. Not a problem, Matt. Not a problem. I know there's some people that are like, oh, this is really easy. I can zoom right through it. For those that don't know me, I like to break concepts down. I have slow, soft music playing in the background. This is when your high-strung life leaves you for like a good hour. Okay? When you're in here, it's zen. It's peace. Okay? It's not all about speed. It's about accuracy. Okay? And when you come with the PSAT, you have that same zen mindset. You're going to do well. You can't learn in chaos. You can't. You can try to trick your brain all you want. You can't learn in chaos. All right. So here we go. So now, yeah, that's what you have to do. We have a triangle. Okay? Not to insult your intelligence, but here we are. 3-sided triangle. That's a nice looking triangle. So we have triangle A, B, C. So they're saying that AB is 4,680 and BC is 4,680. That means this side is the same length as that side. It may not look like it. That's the one thing about geometry you will definitely need to know for those that are going into geometry. You can't believe your eyes. You always have to prove. But then they want to say which statement is sufficient to prove that triangle ABC is equilateral. What does that mean? What is equilateral? That's what they want to measure. That's what they're doing. Okay. Ooh, I got Uber Eats in here doing stuff. Ooh, I'm famous. All right. Yes. Devious. Good. Slim. Yes. My. Yes. Ashley. Yes. D. Yes. Pink Brat. Yes. All the sides are going to be equal. Good, Carl. Good, Raya. Good. Yes. I know, right? For me, for some reason, now I'm in high school for some years. Not a problem. That's what it is. Okay? Because you have someone that's breaking it down. Yes, all sides are equal. Good. There we go, Jan. Yes, that's what it is. Okay? You don't feel dumb anymore? Awesome, because guess what? You're not. You're not dumb. All right? Sometimes it takes some of us process to be the same. So what's my answer? What's my answer? So if we know that equilateral, so again, if we just went straight to the question and they said, oh, equilateral. Okay, now what do I need to see? Oh, AB and BC are exactly the same. That means my answer is going to be yes. I love it. Yes, let me back up to make sure I give everybody their credit. Okay, I think it's Nelly or Nelly? Sorry. We got Slim with A, Chucks, Pink Brat, yes, Doll, yes, Jenna, yes, Flavored. I'm kind of interested in that name, Flavored. I'm wondering what we flavored with. Lay, yes. Salvation, yes. Good. There we go. There it is. Yes. Snapple. Ooh, is Snapple's here too? Look at me being all kinds of famous. All right? Just a matter of going on live. There it is. All right. Hey, if you need me as your tutor, I do tutoring services. That is it. Flavor B42. Look at that. All right. Yes, TikToker. There you go. So that's the main thing for this problem. They just wanted to know, do you know what the meaning of equilateral was? That's all it was. Okay. So sometimes SATs, the difference between SATs and ACTs is that the SATs kind of make you think outside of a box, whereas the ACT measures exactly how you learn it in class. So like if you're an English as a second language, the ACTs will be the best thing for you to take. Okay, not too much fluff. It just kind of goes right to it. Okay. Now, we can do anytime they give you an equation, you should be like, yes. After they give you the equation, then you go straight to the question. Okay, go straight to the question. So they're saying, according to the model, which is your equation, what is the best interpretation of the statement P of 8 is approximately equal to 32.91? Okay. All right. So what do we got? Take a look. Take a look. Okay. If anything for tutoring, definitely message me because I want to go in the whole hodgepodge of all that. Okay, definitely send me a message. There's a button at the bottom of the screen called Service Plus. If you click on that, just send me a text message and we'll meet up. We'll chit chat. Okay, so Chuck's is saying C. Okay, my brother from another mother saying C. Okay. Is too ready. A, because it says P is the population. Okay. Antoinette saying C. Jan, you're amazing. Oh, thank you. In millions. Okay. Is that Isaiah saying C? Okay. So Gina saying D. Eddie saying C. Chuck's P is the predicted population, so A is wrong. Okay. Jess is saying B. Oh, we got a combination. We're going through all of them. A, B, C, and D. Okay. Slim is coming back with the C. Okay. Abs is saying B. Kai B. Chuck C. Cheese Puff. I love it. So let's see. Okay. Welcome. Thanks for the follow. Carl with the C. Thanks, Destiny. All right. So let's take a look at it. Okay. Let's take a look at it. All right. Diggs is saying B. Word problems. That's all right. Look, I love the fact that you guys are participating. Look, there's no rhyme or reason. This is not Squid Games. It's not like, oh, you got the question wrong and I get to put you like, all right. So the 8, notice the 8 is in the same spot as where T would be. Okay. T is probably going to be dealing with the time. The time that they're talking about, T is the number of years. Okay. So it's the number of years after what? After 1984. So we're saying after 1984, not in 1984. So boom, A and B is done. Right away, now you don't have 4 choices, now you got 2. Just because of this word right here, after. Okay? Mia knows me, so that's why she's got after. All right? So now they're saying after that 8 years, it's approximately, the population is going to be approximately this. So here it says 8 years after 1984. That sounds good. The predicted population is that. That's our answer. But look at D. They're saying 32.91 years after 1984. No, we not even around. Okay, so the answer choice is going to be C. Okay. Right? Not English. And I'm telling you, Fake Rover, this is going to be C. Okay. Right? Not English. And I'm telling you, Fake Rover, This is Hey everyone. Sorry about that. It was an Amber Alert. So someone snatched a 1-year-old baby. Sorry about that. I was trying to snatch a 1-year-old. Oh, Lord. Pray for safe returns. Pray for safe returns. Because I can't anymore. Right? Same here. This is just too much. Too much. In Baltimore, Maryland. So that's where I'm at. Because we haven't had an Amber Alert in a long time. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that was that one. Okay, for the 8 years. Okay, so it was only 8 years after the T was the 8, and that was it. Okay, now for 13, we got a right circular cylinder, has a volume of 377 cubic centimeters. The area of the base of the cylinder is 13 square centimeters. What is the height in centimeters of the cylinder? Okay, so this is when you go into the beginning of the test, and they have the formulas for you, okay? So, for volume of a cylinder, that is your area of the base times your height. Okay. All right. Yeah, I had to step out. Bathroom break. I'm telling you, one of these days, this bladder is just going to explode. Okay. But we have a volume. They already gave us the volume. They already gave us the base. We need to know what the height is. What do we got? Okay, blonde and confused. You don't seem so blonde and confused. It seems like you got the right answer for 29. So we have to divide. Okay, Snapple's saying 13. Okay. Don't remember formulas too well, and that's fine. That's why in the beginning of the test, they always give you like measures of volume in the very beginning of the test. They always do. Okay, Kaya's saying 29. Okay, Robbie's saying 69. Come on, Robbie. Jess is saying 29. Okay. What is this for R? Oh, so they're not giving you the radius. Make sure you read that part again. Okay, what's the difference between cubic and square? Cubic, you're dealing with volume. Square, you're dealing with just area. Like length times width, base times height. Two-dimensional. Okay. All right. Is this the SAT? This is just a practice SAT. So we're not going to multiply. Okay. And you guys are doing, again, way too much. Way too much. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, we don't even have to do that, Augusto. You're doing way too much. Because look here. This is how they get us. They said the area of the base is 13 squared centimeters. The area of the base is that. They didn't say the radius is 13 centimeters. They said the whole area of the base. Okay? Right circular, here we are, right? All right. I know. I know. See, that's when it comes down. And I forgot who said it earlier. It was a reading test. Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying before we got alerted with the Amber Alert. That's how they divide people out. That's why sometimes I'm telling you, if your English is a second language, this is another way. This is another stepping stone that you have to get through or have to get over. That's why you can go to college. I'm not saying that, but the SAT is going to be not really designed for you. For the longest time, there wasn't any thought about people's cultures. It was always like Mary and Sally and Joe, okay? And they always talk about people living in a house. Well, guess what? Not everyone lives in a house. No one knows what an attic is because I lived in an apartment for however years and I've never lived anywhere that has an attic. So why are you talking about the measurements of an attic space? No one knew what a guy wire was. Guy wires is almost like those trees. Like, okay, you're going to laugh at my tree. All right. So, and it's the wire that's connected to keep that tree standing straight. These are your guy wires. A lot of people that don't have to deal with trees trying to grow straight, or even the the utility poles. Some of them have that wire that's based off onto the ground. Okay, that's a guy wire. And they always use this to help do Pythagorean's theorem. But if you don't know what a guy wire is and it's in a word problem, how are you supposed to solve it? Right? Okay? So what's the answer? You guys told me the answer. It's 29. Because you had your 377. We already got the area of the base, which is 13. And it's times your height. So that means I have to divide both sides by 13 to get my height, which is 29 centimeters. Okay. So if you said 29, good job. You didn't have to multiply. You didn't have to figure out the radius. You didn't have to square the radius. None of that. You just plugged it in and divided. Okay, what grade of math is this, please? Because my kid sometimes struggles with maths here. So this is to prepare for the PSATs or the SATs. Thank you so much, guys. But when it comes down to, I should have known, Michael. But when it comes to this, when it comes to volume is usually like an Algebra 1, early Algebra 2. Okay. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Joining all in. Okay. Okay. So remember, when you're looking at volume, it's how much is filled. Like say for this, my lip balm. Okay. How much of this loveliness to keep my lips from being so ashy? Okay. How much can this be filled in? So then when I'm looking at how much the mixture I have for me to sell it, making sure that I'm able to get a profit, I need to know how much this can be hold. How much can it hold, right? So that's why. That's the difference between cubic, whereas flat-wise, like this piece of paper, will be square. How much space would that hold, okay? Would that cover? All right. Now, lastly, number 14. Well, this is not the last one, but we're going to keep going. All right, so number 14, what do we got? The list gives the mass in grams, 5 Alpine Margarets. I don't know what that is. So what is the mean in grams? The mean. Give me my mean. Is it Fuller? If it is, Fuller saying 3,630. Yes. Yes, dude. Yes, yes, yes. Nope, you didn't forget. You're right there. That's exactly what it is. Okay. I take a look at it one more time. Kaya, what is this? Oh no. Let's try one more time, Kaya. This is a phone number, girl. We're not doing that. Unless you're trying to hit up with somebody. Okay. There we go. I was like, what is happening? Yes, Jess. There you go. Good. Okay. Calculate again, Devilish. Calculate again. Okay. I was like, whoa. Okay. So mean, Tony, mean and average, same thing. Not so much median, but it's like mean, median, and mode. Not so much the average. Okay. Tana, yes. I think it's like Eltana, yes. Salvation, recalculate a little bit. Okay, Yosef is like to put in kilograms. Thank you. And the highest and lowest divided by 2. Obviously, I'm incorrect. Well, the highest and lowest divided by 2 will help you find your median when it's stuck in between two numbers. Well, your highest minus your lowest, that's your range. Okay? So you're mixing like two things at the same time. Yep, add all those up and divide by 5. Yep. Okay. Okay. So you got your 40-10, and that's happening twice. Then you have your 30-30. Then you have your 40-50. Then you have your 30-50. And then divide by 5. So it should look something like this. Okay. Okay, so make sure you type in the 40-10, the 40-10, the 30-30, the 40-50, and the 30-50. Okay. And then when you divide by 5, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Okay? All right. All right, sure. So mean and average, same thing. Same thing. And those are the measures of central tendency. Your mean, median, and mode. Okay? Mean, median, and mode. But range is not a measure of central tendency. Okay? I don't know. Well, even if you do it by hand. Because I know if you're thinking about GED, ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, you cannot use a calculator for those. But there will be a section on the SAT that you can, and there's a section that you cannot. Unless you're doing it online, which is a new version, and they'll give you access to Desmos. Okay, so that's a calculator you can do online. Okay. All right. All right. Just a couple more, and then I have to wrap up because I gotta do housework. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to lie because I have to do some housework. Yep. So you can actually use Desmos on the digital SAT. Yep. They allow you to use the Desmos. All right. Oh, thank you. Why are they so expensive? I know. I remember when calculators were under $100, especially the graphing calculators. Now, everybody wants to be all fancy with different colors and all that kinds of stuff. So, hey, TI knows exactly what they've been doing. All right. So taking a look. This is very similar to, I think, the third one that we did. Oh, the second one. Very close to like the second one that we did. Okay. Now, even the ones at Walmart, they're not that much cheaper. Okay. So for anyone that's like, I would love to stay, but I can't, remember, all my recordings will be here. Okay. I can't say the name because I'll get dinged. All right. So you can definitely go here and just type in ACG Math Tutoring, and there will be a playlist that says TikTok Lives. So all of my lives from February 2nd, all the stuff that I generally do will be on there, and then give me some time to download this so then I can put it up on my YT. So that's just another place you can go. All right. So what do we have? Let's see. I think some people are putting some answers up. Let's see. So I have Crochet Smile saying C. One saying it's tricky. Another saying 144. Okay. Baxter is saying A. You think so? Go ahead. Finish it out. Okay. Kai saying 144. Baxter, I got your A with there. You got 12 times 12. And 12 times 12 will give you that 144. All right, my brother from another mother, sister from another mister is saying 144. Shell's saying A, but that's not even on there. Okay, Baxter's like 144 times 3 is A. Okay, Salvation saying 45. Antoinette A. Day is A. My name is, okay, thank you. Because I can't read it and I don't want to insult. All right. Danny. Okay. All right. So you got 144. How are people getting A and D? Okay. A. I also got 144. All right. Let's plug it in. Here's the thing. There you go, Jen. Was that Jenna Lee or Jane Lee? Jane Lee. There we go. All right. There's some for Y instead of X, Y. Yup. Got it. Baxter. Jane. Okay, Jane, I got you. Thank you. All right. So this is what's happening. You guys plugged in beautifully. You have your 15 minus the 3. Then you squared it. All right, 15 minus 3, you got your 12. 12 squared, that means 12 times 12, which gives us 144. That was a beautiful thing, but look at the question. This is what we do, especially in the middle of the test. We get really comfortable, but then we forget. This was being kind. This is the type of question I would put that 144 as one of the answer choices. That's just me because I'm evil. So, but it asks, what is the value of X, Y? You found the value of Y, but XY means X times Y. So my X is the 3. My Y is the 144. Without me whipping out the calculator, I know if I'm multiplying 144 by 3, yeah. My answer is going to be A. Okay. You see it now? How evil. I know. But this is what happens to our brain. We're like, when we start taking these standardized tests, this is what happens. You'll get in the groove. You're not as nervous. Now you're feeling comfortable. You're like, yes, all right. And then you're starting to miss little things. And this is when you're going to have to, I hate to say it this way, you're going to have to tighten up. Because all of a sudden it went from super easy questions to let's kind of screw with their brains a little bit. And then all of a sudden, like, okay, they're going to have to start whipping out some paper and pen and try to calculate. So it goes to that type of degree. All SATs and ACTs does this. Okay. All right. Involving percents. Not today, because it's just what it is what it is. But I can, and if anything, I have dealt with some problems. And if you go here, you can actually see the recordings that I've done. And then also, if you guys are around tonight at 7 p.m., I will be going live again, but I'm just going to be teaching the equation of the line. So I'm just going to be teaching how to pull out the equation line looking at a table as well as from 2 points. Okay, so I try to take things step by step so I can build up your confidence. Okay, I know London, you're like, this looks like Chinese to me, but it's not. Okay, but we're going to take it step by step. Pass this test. Good, I'm so glad. Good, you can definitely do this. All right, so a little bit of trig. A little bit of trigonometry. What do we have? Okay, so Jane, you have to take calculus. Never thought I'd have to take it. And oh yeah, I know. And here's the thing, Jane, as everyone's keep going, there is math being thrown into a lot of things lately. And this is how, as I said, divide people up. I had a young lady that applied for, and she got the job, a receptionist position, and they had her do algebra, do a couple algebra problems for her receptionist, phones, filing, organizing. Yeah, they made her do a few math problems, like algebra problems. It's kind of a way to evolve. It's kind of a way to separate. So, yeah, why are they fractions? Because there's a lot of things that we need to know. Okay, this is crazy. I know, it's crazy. It's insane. Yes, Baxter, good. All right, so this kind of takes us back into time of the TOA. Okay, the sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. And I do see some answers. I'm seeing some B's. I know, it's coming right back. I'm seeing some A's and I'm seeing some B's. And I actually see a couple. I saw Baxter, I see your 41, 42. Fowler saying B. Antoinette saying 41 over 42. The value of A. A is the vertex. Good. All right. So we're using TOA. Now careful. We're looking at what is the value of cosine of A. So that means we're using this angle of A. Now, if we're using A, the side that is directly across from the 90-degree angle, that's always your hypotenuse. Okay? So if they're saying cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So basically, I know that my denominators definitely should have a 42. So right away, D and A is out. Okay, that's how you do process elimination. So now, Google Gadget, Google. I wish you can, but when you take the test, you cannot do that. Now, knowing that the 42 is my denominator, and they're saying cosine. Cosine deals with your adjacent side. If you can't remember which is adjacent means next to. So that means this side that's directly across, that's your opposite. Once you find your opposite, is the other side will be your adjacent. Sometimes I do it that way, okay? So knowing my adjacent is 41, my hypotenuse is 42, my answer is going to be B. Okay? Yeah, so everyone that said B, awesome. Okay? So you see how this test takes a mixture of things, kind of wraps it all around. Now, oops. Here we go with 17. I think I got, yeah, I can do the rest of this page. And then I think I'm going to have to skedaddle. But I'm going to give myself some time. Here we go. So 17. A circle has a radius. Now they told you. We got a radius, okay, of 43 meters. What is the area? That's what we're looking for. So that means we need to know what the formula of an area of a circle is. Look at your answer choices. Take a gander. What do you think it will be? So I have JJ saying C, Baxter saying D. Okay. Pi r squared. Thank you, Baxter. Okay. So if we have our area, it has our pi, our r squared. They're giving you the radius. They're giving you the radius. Okay, Ronnie's saying B. Devilish Dude's saying B. Wait, no. Wait, actually. Wouldn't that be D? Okay. Need, hey, Need is saying D. Yeah, B because no dividing. Baxter, it's D. Bad question should be written as exact area. Okay. But you can get the exact area or approximate area. You can know it by, they didn't change up their answers. So it's not really a bad question. You just have to take an extra moment to look. Okay. D, my bad. Not problem, Ronnie. Okay, saying D. So D is the only one that looks squared. Kai is saying D. Is that my Van? Oh, Van saying B. Journey, just solve right quick. Okay, it's D, bruh. Thanks, bruh. Okay, James, Van, if you substitute pi for some of that, you'll get the approximate. Okay. I'm thinking so hard. That's what I'm saying. Stop thinking so hard. If I stop for a moment and I take a look, all of them are in terms of pi. So knowing that the area is pi r squared, I know the radius, they didn't say diameter. Sometimes they throw that in there. Okay, diameter means you got to divide it by 2 before you plug it in. Okay, so you got your 43 squared. Okay. This one just has 43. This one just has 43. This has an 86. He just basically added the 43. So the one that is squared will be D. Yep. Thank you, staff. You notice all of them had pi. So you didn't have to do that whole multiplication of pi. They kept it in terms of pi. And I think it was Solomon that said that it really should have said exact area instead of approximate. True, but since they all had pi in there, no need. Okay. All right, 18. Okay, so they want to know what is the density of the object. Okay, so we need to know what density does. We got mass and we have volume. What is the measure of density? Density. What do you think? It's okay. We're going to get it. Okay. So we got 7s. We have A. We have the answer is 6. We have a 7. We have a We have a 168 divided by 24 by Baxter. We got a 7 by the same person. I see your answer, my dear. The one with the double hearts that's in black. I see your answer of 7. Okay. El Mexicano saying 168 divided by 24. I would assume D, but that might be wrong. We'll see. Okay. So 7 is saying 6 or 7. Not even a slight clue. That's fine. Thank you for your honesty, Ronnie. I got you. Your brain is smelting. I got you. What is density? I got you. All right. All right. Okay. Mass over volume. There we go. All right. So Antoinette with 7. El Mexicano, 7. I got you. Okay. You've been helpful. I hope. All right. You do the same, Jane. Definitely. If you ever want to, just go ahead and follow. You see, sure, I can. Okay, if you ever want to follow, I'll be here. All right, so some of you guys will probably remember something like this. Okay, so we have our mass, our density, and our volume. So if I want to find density, boom, I'm covering the D. So that gives me my mass over the volume. So my mass is 168. My volume is 24. So 168 can go evenly into 24 7 times. So your answer for this is 7. So the easiest way, the way I remember it, because since I live in Maryland, a lot of people, someone taught me this, and I was like, all right, that makes sense. DMV. Because we live in the DMV. Okay, we got Delaware, Maryland, Virginia. All right, so, but we know Maryland is above Virginia. If you want to figure out your density, that's what they always remind me. Maryland is above Virginia when it comes to the measurements. So, little thing. That's what someone taught me. I pass it on to you. Did I invent it? No. But did it help me to remember that anytime I see the word density and they talk about mass and volume, I'm going to divide? That's all I remember. I just remember Maryland is over Virginia. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I see it on the map. There it is. Okay. All right. Yes, Delaware. So that's interesting. Yeah, it is. All right. And so I focus on trying to learn math. All right. Well, good. Good. So, I mean, this is what's happening. I have to skedaddle. I would love to stay on. But as I said before, if you guys want to, the replay is definitely going to be on my YouTube channel. If you need me for tutoring, I do tutor as well. My whole thing, I usually tutor from 7th grade, so basically basic algebra all the way up to like college algebra. So, and also pre-calculus. So if anyone's going back to school, going back to community college, trying to get their college algebra credit or just to get through the intermediate algebra, I help with a lot of those as well. I do have some courses that is on sale. You can definitely go to this, which is my blank, and you can go ahead and sign up for that. And on top of it, I usually have math notebooks. So if anyone is interested in a math notebook, I usually go and do my lives through my math notebook. Try to put in a section where you can have your formulas, a section for you to put your steps down, and a place where you can write down your notes on both sides of the sheet. In addition to those notes, I also have resources in the very back. So if you need factor sheets, if you're not strong with your multiplication, I have factor sheets to help you break down radicals, find your least common multiple, your GCFs, all of that. This goes from 1 to 200. Also, I have some reference pages. Then I also have the squares and the cubes to help you break down those. Then we have the linear parts of it. Some of this will look somewhat familiar. Order of operations, properties of exponents, inequalities, interval notation. A lot of this stuff is like either algebra and algebra 1, but I do have one, system of equations, system of inequalities, and I do have one that deals with algebra 2 and pre-calculus. Okay, so if you like all of my reference notebooks, you can get that as well. All you have to do is go to Books by Audrey. Okay, that's my private thing. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you can take a screenshot of that. And if you're getting yourself ready for the PSAT, I am doing a program. And that's going to start on Wednesday. So I have it like a Wednesday only or a Saturday only. It's for 5 weeks. So I'm doing a PSAT math prep. So I may pop on here another couple times just to kind of help out with it. I'll definitely come on here tomorrow. I might actually continue where I'm at and just keep going to help you out with the next part, possibly tomorrow. I'm not sure at like 1:15, but I will try to do what I can do. And if you are interested in like getting a lot of this math prep, or if you're interested in any of the courses, just reach out. Okay, just reach out, ask a question. What will be best for you? Am I on the right part? I'm trying to help my grandson. I'm trying to help whatever. I really want to teach my child instead of having my child go to school. What are my options? Some people want to do homeschooling. Some people want to do other things. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask me. Okay, I will definitely be willing to do. You're taking statistics next. Okay. Sonia, for me, statistics I can do to a certain part, but I do have another person that does awesome with statistics. So if it's AP stat, definitely not me. But if it's like standard statistics, like maybe like at a college level, I can help you to a degree. So just send your information, just DM me, and you can also send me an email. All right. Okay, everyone. Is everyone okay? Are you feeling better? A little bit better? The fact that you were able to stick around and do some math and you're like, okay, this looks familiar, or yeah, I never learned that, but I learned something today. Awesome. Good. Oh, college one? Yes. Let me know. Okay, let me know. So as you guys are starting up the new year, for those that are going back to school, I am so proud of you. The fact that you really want to you probably weren't given the choice. You're probably saying, I've been doing this job for years and now they want me to take this test so I can keep my job. Not a problem. I get it. And I like to break things step by step. Not a problem. What can I do to get prepared for my SAT? A lot of practice. And if you want, you can join us or just message me and I can give you more information about the 5-week prep just to get you ready. Because are you taking it for, which one are you taking for? You're doing yours for law enforcement? Oh, okay. Oh, I did help somebody with theirs too. Yeah, just let me know. Okay. So that's why I watched your live. Yeah. All right, good. Because there are some people that are doing like some of the algebra components. I actually had a friend of mine, and I think she passed it a while ago. Yeah, she did pass it a while ago. This was like about a year ago, to be honest with you. But it's basically the same math. So if anything, we can have that's all right, Big Al. I'm going to be back on at 7 p.m. Remember, we're going to be doing equation of line. So don't worry. Remember I said I was going to pop in and pop out. I know, it's okay. I had a whim. I just had a whim. I was doing a lot of stuff with PSAT. So don't worry. I'm coming back on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone is welcome. It's okay. Stop crying. I know. I just had a whim. I was working on some stuff and I was like, you know what? I can just put this on TikTok and then I can just download it and then do what I need to do. If people come on, great. And then a lot of people came on and a lot of people stayed. So don't worry. Everyone's more than welcome to come back if you really want to understand how to get the equation aligned from a table and also from when given 2 points. That's what I'm going to be working on tonight. Okay. And then I'm going to see if I can come back on tomorrow afternoon so we can do the PSAT stuff. Okay. I'm here to help. All right. I'm here to help. But if there's something more in detail that you need, please message me. And then we'll see if we can do like some tutoring sessions, or if there's a lot of people that are doing the same thing, we might be able to put a group together. Let's put a band together. Let's be Destiny's Child. Times 5 with the Jackson 5 times 20. Okay, let's just make a big group. Or back in the day when NC Hammer had like everybody in the neighborhood on the stage. Okay, I'm showing my age, but I swear everybody in the whole hood was on the stage doing Too Legit to Quit. Enough said. Okay. All right, good. I can't wait either. I'm so excited. All right, everyone, have a lovely day, and I will definitely catch you guys tonight at 7 p.m. All right, stay amazing. And again, be on the lookout for me. If you want to follow, go ahead and just follow me. But if you have questions, I'm serious. I will respond back. Ask your questions, okay? Don't just send me a message saying hi. I'm going to delete it. I'm just going to be truthful. All right? Send the message. What do you want to talk about? Put it in the message. All right? All right. I'll see you at 7. All right. I'm going to try my best. All right. See you at 7. Toodles.